coming back. You big boy? You big boy? Him big boy, yeah. Him big boy. Him so big now. Him no longer baby. Don't bite me. Be nice. Back it up. Back it up, sir. The other day I went to Hobby Lobby. They had 50% off their spring collection because, you know, they already going into fall and Thanksgiving. Ain't that crazy? But I got me a wind chime. If you didn't know, I love wind chimes. I originally went to look for a wood wind chime. I want a wooden wind chime so bad. The sound of them, oh, it's just heavenly. But they didn't have any more. But I seen this one and I couldn't leave without it. So we got her. I am going to replace, can you see this one? This is a wooden one that I found on clearance, but it was broken. And so I added my first ever wind chime to it that I got from the Dollar Tree as a weight to help when the wind blew, to help it knock into the other little wooden dials. But it doesn't really give me what I needed to give me. So we're going to replace it with this. Might need a chair, something to step on it. Try this. See? I think it's still, I might not throw it away. I might put it somewhere else. But you hear how the wood sounds? I love that sound. It used to be red, but the sun has faded it. So I like the color that it is now, though. I like it being more natural wood than the red. But yeah, this was my original little wind chime I got when we first moved here. Got it from the Dollar Tree. And then I just added it to this one because this one should have had something down here, some type of weight to help this piece knock into those. So there's that. We're upgrading. I bet you I get on my neighbor's nerves with all this racket. If that's how you want to position. I mean, I can. Okay. Whatever you want to do. Or you can hang from here. What do we think? We want her to hang this way or the other way. Kind of like it that way. And if you look way over there, I got one right there. So I might move that one, the wood one, to the garden, or we might go on a trip to Hobby Lobby and see if we could find any more wooden ones left at different Hobby Lobby. It has been a minute since I've meditated, months. Um, and it wasn't as hard to slow down my mind as I thought it would be. But I do that whole like practice before I even try to like quiet my mind. I just let my thoughts run free and let them do what they want to do. I listen to the sounds around me. I know in the first few minutes the dogs are going to be rowdy and try to disturb me. So I just take a few moments before I really like try to get in it. Just to let whatever's going to happen happen. And I find that way I can stick with it instead of like my mind telling me, oh, just get up, forget it, I'm frustrated, or you got stuff to do anyways, you know? So we are completely done with our 14 days of antibiotics. And I wrote down some notes to share with you my experience. And I told you in the last video we were going to talk about it. Let me find where I wrote it at. Okay, boom. So, you see me looking down or reading word for word. It's because I wrote this stuff down. Okay, so I did 14 days of rifaximin, which is for the hydrogen SIBO. I have both. And then I did neomycin, which is for the methane SIBO, or my naturopath calls it IMO or EMO. So, along with those antibiotics, I decided on my own to add a biofilm disruptor and a binder, or sometimes you'll hear me call it a puller, but it's really called a binder. So the biofilm disruptor I explained is if you have bacteria, parasites, candida in the body, they can create basically a barrier protection because their goal is to survive, right? And to continue on. And they'll create like this shield around them. I want to say, and I might not be 100% correct, it's like a mucus film, right, that protects them inside that film. So, my analogy I like to use, think of it as a house. They're inside the house, and when you take antibiotics, the antibiotics can't penetrate the house, just like a lot of weather can't penetrate a house once you're inside of it. But if you're outside of that house, that protection layer, and you take the antibiotic, you can get rid of the bacteria. And so the biodisruptor can basically destroy the biofilm or their home. And there are a few different type of biofilm disruptors. You could use enzymes, natural occurring enzymes, or you could use herbs. There are herbs that will break down a biofilm. So with the 14 days, the first week I did an enzyme biofilm disruptor, and then the second week I did a herbal biofilm disruptor, and then I got the binder. Now the binder, there are a few type of binders. You could use activated charcoal like I used, or you can use chlorella. I forgot the others, but basically what a binder does is, because when bacteria, parasites are dying off, sometimes they're so impacted into the gut lining that it's hard to still remove them. And also when they die, they let off toxins, which is called like die-off symptoms or Herx reaction, Herx. And so the binder pulls the bacteria out to release them out of the colon in your stool, and it also helps to limit some of those die-off symptoms. Um, so a lot of people, like when they do parasite cleanse, they make sure they have activated charcoal because you could get die-off symptoms of fatigue, nausea, irritability, more stomach issues. What else? Cold and flu symptoms, achy joints, achy muscles. So you could experience like a plethora of things when this bacteria dies off. So I did a biofilm disruptor, my antibiotics, and the activated charcoal. And so my schedule looked like, I know I repeated this before, but just in case you're new, I'm gonna put it in this video. So how I did it was, from the time I went to bed to the time I woke up, I fasted for 12 hours, which is not really that long. So I usually stop eating at 6 or 6:30 the night before, and then the next day you could eat at 6 or 6:30, but I didn't eat until 8:30 because at 6 is normally when I wake up. So I had lemon water just to help move the digestive system. Also, you're getting some nutrients from the lemon water. You can add a little bit of salt, it's just to help slowly wake the digestive system up, right? And then from there at 6:30, I would have my biofilm disruptor, because you want to basically disrupt that biofilm so when you do take the antibiotics, they're outside of their house and you can kill more off. So 6:30, I would take the biofilm disruptor. Then about 8:30 is when I would have my first meal. Now, all throughout the 14 days, I ate normal. And so eating normal for me is just a whole foods, plant-based diet that's cooked. Sometimes I'll do raw, so I'll mix it up, but that's besides the point. So 8:30, I have my first meal, and then I have my 2 antibiotics. So my provider wanted me to do 3 rifaximin a day and 2 neomycin a day. So 8:30, 1 rifaximin and 1 neomycin. And then about 10:30, I would have my binder, which is the activated charcoal. Then I'll have herbal teas throughout that time before lunch, lots of water, no snacking at all. And then after your first meal, you want to wait 5 hours before you eat again, because the idea is do not give the bacteria anything else to feed on to grow, right? And so you're basically killing them and starving them off. So I ate every 5 hours. So my next meal was at 12:30. Let me see. Let me use my fingers. 9, 10, 11, 12. No, 1:30. So my next meal would be 1:30, which was my lunch, and then I have my rifaximin and neomycin while I'm eating, and then between 1:30 and 6:30, I have lots of water and herbal tea. Still not eating because we're fasting for 5 hours each time. And so then at dinner time, well, before dinner time, so 3:30, I have my next biofilm disruptor. And then 6:30 is when I ate, and I have just rifaximin. And then 7:30, 8:30, I'd have activated charcoal again. So that's how my day went every day for the last 14 days. I hope that makes sense. So the first few days, so like my first day, I didn't feel any different. I felt like I normally do. Gassy, bloaty, abdominal pressure, painful gas, especially at night. Those were my symptoms, right? Along with other symptoms, but we'll talk about that at another time. I'm just specifically talking about digestive issues right now. So day 1 was just a normal day. But when I woke up on day 2, I had the best bowel movement that I have had since I ate raw, and I was like, whoa. And so, not to get too graphic, but it was the perfect stool that you would see on the stool chart. Like if you ever go to a gastro doctor and they're like, which stool is yours? It was like long. I know this is gross. Long, smooth. It just was like the perfect bowel movement ever. And I was like, dang, is this what this is supposed to be like? So Day 2 was good, but between day 1 through 4, not much changed in my symptoms, but like I had nausea, or I was nauseous a couple of days. And I think that was just from the antibiotic. And by day 3, it says my stools. So day 2, my stools were regular. Day 3, my stools were regular. Day 4, my stools were regular. And I was loving it. Um, Between day 5 and 11, I still felt pretty much the same in my symptoms, but I was still becoming more regular. And out of from day 5 through 11, I did have 2 days where I had constipation, or either I just had no bowel movement. Um, then on day 12 is when I started to notice my symptoms subsiding. They didn't completely go away, but I could notice a difference. Like, oh shoot, like, like I'm feeling better. So what I mean by that, the painful gas and the bloating had decreased drastically. And then by day 12, 13, and 14 were the best days ever. Then on day 15, which was the day after my antibiotics, the gas started to come back again. And mind you, the gas never went away totally, but I had more relief than I've had in years between day 12 and 14. But day 15, it started to come back. It wasn't extreme as it was prior to taking the antibiotic. I could definitely tell that we still got some bacteria there. Um, so I think that I need to do a protocol again. I don't think that I will do the antibiotics again. I think that I will go on a herbal protocol my next time. So what I plan to do, what I hope to do, because I still need to go see my doctor Monday, and see what she has to say about it. But depending on what she says, in 30 days, I'll go on my next antimicrobial protocol, but it will be all herbs. Since the 14 days, now that I'm off the antibiotics, I am still sticking to eating every 5 hours. I think that has helped a lot. And I don't, whatever bacteria is left over, I don't want to create overgrowth again, so fast. So I am sticking to no snacks in between, just eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Still fasting for 12 hours. Sometimes I fast longer. It just depends on if I'm hungry or not. Sometimes I can go 14 to 16 hours with eating. So there's that. What else? Oh, so die-off symptoms. I didn't experience any crazy die-off symptoms, except for I did have still the gas and the bloating. So maybe that was the bacteria dying off, producing more gas and bloating. What I will say that I noticed that was r- uh, random and caught me off guard is body odor. I had really bad body odor starting at maybe like day 5 all the way until day 14. So body odor in the form of like just sweating underneath my arms. I had to take showers at least 3, 4 times a day. It was that bad. And I was like, let me look this up. And it says that when bacteria dies off, they can, release toxins that we pull through our skin, through our pores. They can smell like fecal matter, sewage, or onion. Mine was more on the onion realm, but I was just like, ugh, I smell awful. Especially like midday is when it would get its worst. And I was constantly in the shower. So I know that's TMI. I'm telling you all my business. But yeah, that was one of the what I'm contributing to a die-off symptom that I did not enjoy. I did, as you've seen in the video, a breath test to see where I am so I can report to my doctor Monday. The breath test came back really good, so everything was in the low range. So it it does seem like the bacteria did die off, most of it, but like I said, I still have the symptoms, but they're not as drastic as they were when I first started the antibiotics. So that is my update on taking antibiotics for SIBO. And you know, I'm gonna keep you posted through this whole journey because I do feel like I need to do another protocol, and this time it'll be herbal. So follow along for more. On another note, I don't know what's going on with my skin. I don't know if it's because of Shark Week or if it's die-off symptoms, but how I had a pimple right on my nose is crazy. And then I got one forming underneath my eye. That's not normal for me. Not anymore. I don't usually get acne like that. Put these little pimple patches on. Dang. I messed that one up. It got a little dent in it. Usually these, oh there, I fixed it. I forgot the brand of these. They sit so flush to the skin. I don't know if you can tell. Let me see. You can barely see it. I love these. I don't like the like little stars and heart, the little kitty ones. My daughter wears those. I want my stuff to be incognito. Okay, just see. Can you see that one? Then when you press it in. I mean, if you get up close on me, you can see them, but I like a little more conciliation, you know? Look that up in a dictionary. That's a new word they just added. Conciliation of the holoration. So a couple of my co-workers, we actually started this thing where once a month, one of us will find something for us to do and we'll go out to either eat or do an activity together. And so today is our second month of doing this. And we are going to go out to eat. I don't know how that's going to go for me because when we originally picked the food place, I hadn't started the antibiotic or didn't even know that this was coming, right? The whole protocol. And I just picked what I could eat then, right? And so I looked at the menu again last night and I was like, because I'm trying to stay away from garlic and onion, which is really hard. That's one of the foods they say stay away from on the low FOD map because it's highly fermentable. I don't know what we're gonna do, but after that we are going to this place called, you know, I never know the name of places. Hold on, let me look in our messages. It's a place where you can make like floral arrangements and like different plant things. I thought it was so cute. It is called boop 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 boop. Got so many messages. Oh, Jade and Clover. Jade and Clover. Let me see if they got a website so I can show you. Oh, they got a little video. Somebody did a video. Is it focusing? There we go. It's cute. So we're gonna go do that. And I am going to see if I can find me a cute like little flowy summer dress. I'm gonna run up to TJ Maxx or Marshall's and see if we can find a cute little cheapy dress to throw on for today. This hair is getting really matted and tangled. I was thinking about taking it out this weekend. I might let it go one more week, but I'm kind of over it. The other hair I use lasts way longer than this before it gets to looking crazy. So how I refresh this hair when I do wear crochets is I oil my scalp and then I use dry shampoo. Because if you know anything about wearing weave, like if you work out and, you know, do different things, it starts to stink, you know, sweat and stuff, dirt from your hair. It starts to stink. So I will use dry shampoo to hold me over. This one I've been using lately. I don't really like the scent, but this is what I got. Okay, so I've been using this Himalaya anti-hair fall hair oil. I like the little nozzle on it. And I'll just go down my parts. Oh. That feels so good. Yes, Lord. I've been having this idea about aquaponics, right? Aquaponics is fish and plants living together, basically. And I've seen it done. I want to get a betta and put my monstera plant with the betta, because I find, for me, monsteras thrive better in water, in my experience, for me. Okay. Ooh, we might wear it in the middle. No, we're not wearing it in the middle. And so I want to get a huge floor vase. I think I've seen them at Home or Michael's, because you want to get something big enough for the betta fish. I don't want the fish community to come after me and be like, there's not enough space for the fish. But yeah, you need a big enough space for them. And at the top would hold the plant. But I need something that's going to hold and prop the plant up where it's not like sinking in the water, because you want to give the betta enough water, you know, to swim and have a habitat. But you don't want to, you only want to submerge the roots of the monstera. So I've had it in my head of how to do it. They got these like suction cup zip tie things that people use in their aquariums for like live plants that they put in the aquarium. And I was thinking about doing that for the monstera. I don't know. It's just a thought that I've been thinking about. I thought it would be so cool to have like this big floor vase, right, sitting on in your living room, and at the bottom you got this betta fish in there swimming, and at the top you got like this big bouquet of a house plant. But I definitely got to figure out a way to keep the plant stable, because as it grows, if you're going to keep it in the water, right, monsteras get really big. So I don't know, just stuff that goes on in my brain. Now that we oiled up, now that we greased up, baby, then I'll take my dry shampoo. Feel like hardly any in here. We might not be taking nothing. And from far away, I just, because you know, it does give kind of a white cast. So yeah, I'm about to get some more while I'm out. But it definitely helps if you sweat a lot, if you're working out and you wear this hairstyle. And if you get the white cast, all I do is run my fingers through it. You can take a little bit of oil, you know, but I just kind of scrunch it, rub my hands through it. But just know, you're going to see crochets all summer long. Because this is so easy, effortless. I just got to wake up, shake it out, and I'm ready to go. Ain't got to be doing nothing crazy, manipulating my hair, you know. Okay, there's nothing in there, Asheria. Why are you still... There you have it. See? It's looking like natural hair, though, I'll tell you that. The raggedier it get. Really back here is really... Ugh. Yeah. Okay, let me get off these people's internet playing.
You know, like, do you love me? Do you want me? Are you gonna call me like you said you would? Is this really your real phone number?
Some of y'all go get washed, some of y'all just go pop shit, some of y'all just go talk, but none of y'all ain't really got shit, some of y'all just look lost. I get this type of feel you ain't accustomed to. I swear I'll be at peace if it weren't for you. Yeah, yeah, I only want your love if it's silent. But if you fuck me, then fuck you, and that's the way I like it. Yeah, that's the way I like it.
Gonna smile, but none of these bitches.
That's the way I like it.
Wiping them down in front of these niggas.
That's the way I like it. I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30.
I have not ate yet. It is what? 10:30. So I'm gonna roast some sweet potato. Because you know I'm limited on what I can eat. Then I got Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oatmeal. It only has gluten-free oats, chia seeds, flax seeds, and sea salt. And I'm thinking that I can sweeten the oats with the sweet potato. So once it's baked, I'm gonna mash it into my oatmeal. Maybe, I don't know, girl. But this whole low FODMAP diet is for the birds. So I made me some sun tea. It's just regular black tea. Half of it I'm gonna sweeten for Ari because Ari likes sweetened black tea, and then I'm gonna just drink mine straight. But I figure we use the sun today because it's gonna be 100 degrees instead of heating up the stove. I'm really about to get back into me making sun tea. Excited about that. And I found a really cute, colorful dress for today's little shenanigans with my ex-coworkers. Trying to think, is that it? I don't know if I told you this or if you even seen. You might have seen. And when I went to that plant workshop, I bought an acacia plant. Now, Paul had bought me a acacia from a cutting last year, and it was huge, but it looked dead basically because, you know, in the wintertime or whatever, trees and bushes and stuff are dormant, so they don't have like foliage or whatever. And so the nursery was like, don't water the roots, just spray it because it gets its water from its stems. And so we thought that was odd, but we still did it. And so it usually blooms between spring and summer. It never blooms. So I got a baby from Nama, and so it's gonna take probably what a year or more for it to, what's a gnat, for it to even be, you know, big enough to transport it outside. So it'll probably be in the house for a while, at least for a few months, sitting in the window. But we got us a little Akatia. If you have never seen Akatia, I'll put a picture up. They are so beautiful when they bloom. I love the flowers. They're like this orangey red almost. Oh, they're just beautiful.
So now you've got this big check.
I'm watching this podcast, the Joe Rogan Experience with Thomas Campbell, and he's like explaining the universe and consciousness. Like I be geeking out on that type of stuff, even though I feel like so slow when it comes to trying to understand the universe and consciousness. Yeah, you could go down so many rabbit holes with this, but he is talking about the zeros and ones and how they create creation. And so me and my daughter was talking about it, and I had to get ChatGPT to like explain it to me in dummy terms. But I don't understand it fully, but when ChatGPT kind of explained zero and one, I was like, oh, okay. So ChatGPT said, think of it as, uh-oh, come back. Where is it at? What time is it? I gotta get in the shower soon. Consciousness is like the artist holding the brush. It chooses where to put a one, or if you were to like give it a color, white, and where to put a zero or black. So a one means yes, create, light, on. A zero means no, rest, shadow, off. And I'm gonna even put darkness, nothing, in zero. Together, these choices make shapes, and those shapes become sounds, thoughts, feelings, and eventually your reality. I mean, I still don't understand how numbers can create all this stuff, but I'm getting the concept. And so I've been watching Thomas Campbell. He has a lot of books out explaining consciousness, meditation. Hey, get down off my table. That is a no-no. Get down. And yeah. So I did the oats with the sweet potato. Can you see it in there? And then I added cinnamon and nutmeg. It ain't hitting on nothing. I'm just telling you right now. But I gotta eat something. It was very bland. Sweet potatoes okay, but what you gonna do, you know?
Because the way the system works, its whole point is to reverse entropy.
Hey you. I got a lot going on this counter. I am processing herbs. I just harvest lemon balm, lemon thyme. I thought it was regular thyme, but start smelling lemon, and I'm like, oh my god, this is lemon thyme. Not a bad thing. I'm kind of excited for it. And I did oregano, so I'm just washing them, rinsing them off. I'm gonna let them air dry a little bit and then stick them in my dehydrator. We went to the doctor earlier this week, as you know. Wanted to give you an update about that. So I still have some of the methane SIBO left, as which I thought when I did that breath test and the doctor seen it too. So the options were a different type of antibiotic, metronidazole, which is also used for bacteria vaginosis when women have that. You may have heard of that medication being used. So this also can help kill off methane. SIBO, what am I trying to say? Bacteria that produces the methane gas, right? And it also, from what she says, breaks up the biofilm that they have created. So remember when I was first doing it, I added a biofilm disruptor. Well, metronidazole is supposed to also break down the biofilm. And she thinks that's also what's going on with the methane Foreman, SIBO. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh no, I need that water. So it was the option of doing that, or I could do a high dose of garlic if I wanted to go the herbal route. And I'm still on this whole thing of, do I go back to the antibiotics or do I go herbal? And it has been a huge struggle for me because, like I told you, I feel like such a hypocrite because I'm trying to live a more natural life, and I'm really trying not to use antibiotics because they do more harm than they do good. But I'm also a person that wants this just over with now. Like, I just like other people, I want my results fast, right? I don't want to suffer anymore. Anyway, I want to make, switching subjects now, I want to make coconut bowls. You know, the bowls that you put your smoothies in, because my doctor said that I can now start having fruit that has to be on a low FODMAP fruit. So I can have berries, I can have dragon fruit, I think I can have a little bit of pineapple, not in huge amounts, but I could have like, I think a half cup, a cup. I don't know, I gotta look at the low FODMAP list. So I was super excited about that because I was like, can I please have some fruit? I'm so tired of zucchini, I don't know what to do. And she's like, no, I'm fine with that. So I want to make coconut bowls. I was going to buy some, but they are expensive. And so I was like, I can make my own, but by the time I get all the supplies to make my own, it's probably going to be the same price. I don't know, I have to calculate it, but I also thought it would be a fun activity, and with my brain, you know me, I always want to try stuff. So we're gonna make coconut bowls today, or we're gonna at least attempt to make coconut bowls because I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Anyways, let me go outside and get the rest of my oregano so I can wash it, dry it off, have it ready to put in the dehydrator, and then we are gonna hit the store. I'm probably gonna go to the Asian grocery store just because I want to peruse the aisles and see what they have. In addition to the coconut shells or the coconuts. And so, yeah, I'll probably go to the Asian grocery store for that. And I need sandpaper. I need a handsaw. And I need some twine. I don't have to have the twine, but it still would be nice to have the twine because I could use it. It could be used multiple ways because I could use it in the garden and stuff or with my herbs. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need? You need some type of oil to seal it. I think I got coconut oil. Okay, yeah, let me make a list real quick and then we will head to the Asian grocery store. It is several hours later, hence I did my hair kinda and put on some clothes. I went to go look for the hand saw, couldn't find it, had to wait for Paul to get home. He found it, but the hand saw was missing the actual saw, so we ended up buying a whole new saw. Went out to eat. We went to this place in Scottsdale called Toca Madera. They had some really good mushroom tacos on corn tortillas. And then I got some cilantro lime rice. It was really good. Okay, how do I know which is which? So I came out here so I don't make a mess in the house. Oh, okay, it tells you. We're gonna sand the coconut first before we cut into it. I may have Paul cut into it for me. We'll see. And of course, Nico is being nosy. Let's see if we can pull some of this off. Why when I come outside, this when the flies want to come? You're such the nosiest dog. I see why they charge about $20-$25. I've seen some for almost $30. This is kind of laborsome. You hot? It's a hot one. That's for sure.
Give me a run for my money. There was no money, no one that loved me. So give me a run for my money. Sitting lovely, feeling lovely. Living lovely. Just lovely. I wanna be with you. Ay, I wanna be with. I wanna be with you. Ay, I wanna be with. I wanna be with you. Me, just love me. If I didn't ride blade on her, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100. Don't got you, I got nothing. I got something. Hold on. We gon' function. No assumption. Feeling like Tyson with it. Don't got out Tyson with it. Only for the night, I'm kidding. Only for life, yeah. Only for life, yeah. Only for life. Let's get it. Hit that shoulder.
Look how much we got of coconut water. I spilled some right here, so it probably would have been more than that. But I am going to strain it with a cheesecloth. I can't drink it because I'm on my, you know, SIBO protocol, but I'm gonna give it to my daughter to drink. Ooh, just a lot of work. Okay, my lines are not quite meeting up, but hey, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Oh, there we go. Cute little imperfection, who cares, right? So you could either scoop this out now, or you could heat it in the oven, or I think they say you can freeze it and it'll come out easier. I'm gonna rinse all this debris off. So with the coconut meat, hey, hi, how you doing? With the coconut meat, I am going to try to make coconut milk and maybe some coconut shreds, flakes to put like on smoothie bowls. Okay, so I don't think that I want to put it in the oven because I don't want to like cook out all the nutrition from it. So maybe we'll freeze it. I don't know. Let me get online real quick and see what's a good method. So if we want to make coconut milk, we should not bake it. We can do the freeze method, put it in the freezer for 30 to 60 minutes, or soak it in water overnight. I want to do it now, today. Crack and pry, or we could just, yeah, do the old-fashioned way, crack and pry it open. I'm gonna freeze it and see how that goes. So I got it all clean. It's so funny because I used to hate coconut as a kid, and now I'm obsessed with coconut. I love coconut water. Okay, so I'm gonna freeze these. I'm gonna just plop them down in here. Hey Alexa, set me a timer for 30 minutes. And to think I got a whole other coconut to do. I'm not doing this today. Well, while we are waiting for that, I guess I could strain our coconut water. See all that residue at the bottom? Let's see. Okay, I got my nut milk strainer, and it look a little dingy, but I promise it's clean. I strain a lot of nut milk, so it's dyed the color of nuts, walnuts and almonds. Okay, take our coconut water. I keep wanting to say coconut milk. I made it back, friend. I am cutting up some fruit, some yellow dragon fruit to put on top of a dragon fruit smoothie. Oh, beautiful yellow dragon fruit. Yellow dragon fruit is sweeter than the pink dragon fruit that has the white flesh or white meat. And then they say purple or pink. I call it the pink. The pink flesh dragon fruit is sweet as well. But that pink one that has the white flesh, to me, it tastes like nothing. But on the low FODMAP diet, you can have a little bit of dragon fruit. And dragon fruit is really good, in my experience, if you suffer from constipation. It will get your bowels moving. So we're gonna have a smoothie bowl the first thing in the morning to get our bowels going. Already had my tea. Just chopping this up so my fruit will be ready and prepped throughout the week. And our smoothie bowl base is gonna be the pink or purple flesh dragon fruit. And I'm not putting nothing in there, no extra fruit, just dragon fruit and a little bit of almond milk to help blend it better. And then a few strawberries. I could also do, oh, I cut this the wrong way, dang it. I wanted to make this into cubes, hold on. Come back. Dragon fruit reminds me of kiwi. Is they cousins? I'm just wondering. Except for it's not as tart as kiwi. If I was to explain dragon fruit, it's like a nothingness. Like sweet nothing is what dragon fruit tastes like to me. Come on. All right. First things first, we're gonna take our pink dragon fruit. That's about a cup, not too much, because you know we trying to keep it low FODMAP. And then I just do a splash of almond milk and add as I go, because I want this to be a bowl consistency. And I'm gonna start it low. I'm using a Vitamix. Just a little splash. Okay. Okay, the true test is to try it. It feels weird eating fruit right now.